If I were to say deck of many things, an experienced dungeon master would probably go, "Oh no, 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 no!" And for obvious reasons, the deck of many things has a notorious history of altering Dungeons and Dragons games to a crazy degree, to the point of being called a quote-unquote campaign ruiner. However, what if that's the point you're going for when you introduce the deck of many things to your game? In my ongoing game, I created a faction called the Royals of Faces, a card-based, seedy organization that is trying to release a contained fiend and expand a holy war. They themselves have a benefactor that is a fiend, a Yugoloth known as a Bernoloth, called the Dealer, who has handed each of them a card, or cards, from the deck of many things. And they are to gather information on how to free this other fiend, Naraka, to spark this holy war and create a world of misery, so the Dealer can gain power and authority, and my party have to stop them, among other things. And it was here where the deck of many things became less about destroying the campaign and more about increasing the randomness my party faces. You see, as a last-ditch effort, when each member of the Royal of Faces loses 3/4 or more of their hit points, they draw from the deck of many things, which, if you're aware, could be anything from getting a wish spell to having their soul stolen and being drawn to a different plane of existence. Those are the risks you take when your villains have the cards. However, that's not the only risk you take. What if your party gets the cards? Well, if they ever draw, which my party is pretty aware of what the deck does, we've had it in other campaigns and had some varying effects. 7 cards a meal. But that is the risk you take, and thus far, my party has only drawn one of the cards they recovered before it could be used, the Vizier card, and that got a lore drop for one of the characters. It kind of shaped the way the 5 or 6 sessions went, and that was pretty neat. And right now, they have one card, several are floating out there in the hands of the Dealer's henchmen, but the most important story from the campaign involving the cards to this point is the battle with Alexos Oronok, who was one of the Royals of Faces. And in their battle, the party was washing him. Now, mind you, the faces all have character levels, because I tend to run a high magic game, and my party is usually pretty strong, so I like giving the adversaries a bit of a chance. He was a 15th level druid at the point in time, and he had his 3 spore servants. He was a spores druid, and the party fought him and nearly killed him. So, with his less than 25% HP, he drew his card. And he drew the Fates card, which, if you're unaware, kind of lets you reset an event that happened recently. And he reset the fight to the beginning. However, how quickly the party dispatched his hit points would have made him reconsider the coming actions and his choice of words. The party reverted back, gained their hit points, their spell slots, their transformations, and whatnot, and Alexos was terrified. The party, loving my players not metagaming, not knowing what happened, kind of just saw him freaking out, haggard, breathing heavily, and he hesitantly backed away and asked if he could just leave. He said he burned up his card and he left. The party, in their confusion, were awestruck and kind of confused as they let him go, until the wizard, love her to death, rolled an Arcana check and realized, oh crap, he drew from the deck of many things. And he did. He got the Fates card. And with that, the party realized that they were strong. I used a card that could be used almost as an ultimate Deus Ex Machina to make the villain escape, as a way of showing how strong my party's become. At that point in time, just for your reference, they were level 9. So if you're charitable with your interpretation of the deck of many things, and you're willing to allow your player characters to grab a card or two, I wouldn't see it too far-fetched to institute villains in your game that use the deck of many things. Just not the entire deck at once, because that can get out of hand. And if it's one card at a time, you can almost play around it. And that's what I'm planning on doing. It's going well thus far, and I've really enjoyed this campaign. That's just me rambling now. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day, you're safe, and be well.